My name is Madi Acharya-Baskerville, and I am a London-based artist, and my work is informed by my cultural heritage quite a lot of the time, and I'm also very much interested in environmental issues, so very concerned about climate change, and in my work I use a lot of found materials and objects which I collect from shores, and also I use wood that I collect from forests. Progressively textiles has become an important part of my work, particularly thinking about textiles that are actually on their way to the landfill that have been discarded, and kind of thinking about fashion, fabrics that are items that are only worn once, fast fashion, and thinking of ways to kind of think about our environment with textiles as well as other objects, such as plastic and wood and packaging. So for the NAE Open, I submitted a work called I Am All Eyes, and for this work I used packaging and also textiles. And actually the main centerpiece of the work is a damaged egg box, which was trodden on, and I kept it for quite a long time. And then suddenly one day I thought, right, its time has come. And this is how I work with materials. I keep them for a while and I look at them. And then I was looking at the shape of the egg box and thinking that it reminded me of eyes. So I decided to create 3 sets of eyes on the work, and the actual eyes are inspired by goddess Kali, and in Indian miniature painting her eyes are kind of similarly striking. So I painted the eyes in that way, and I wanted to use gold leaf, thinking about sort of in India and thinking about gold jewelry and sort of the importance of gold, and also kind of trying to create something which looks as if it has value from something which actually isn't very valuable at all. I mean, nobody's really interested in an egg box, you know, let alone a damaged egg box. And then I used other types of packaging and vintage textiles. So the work is quite totemic in its form. I've also used horsehair because I wanted to kind of think about the animal kingdom and bring kind of humans close to animals, sort of thinking about that aspect of, you know, trying to break down hierarchies really in living creatures. I'm really delighted to win the primary residency prize. And just this afternoon, I have been to primary, and really I was bowled over by what an incredibly wonderful organisation it is, and how it encompasses kind of so many different aspects, from sort of cooking, baking, growing, and there's there's the care aspect to it, which I think is really important in my work. And it's going to be wonderful to be part of such a thriving artistic community. And also I'm quite new to Nottingham. I've been here a few times, and I'm really excited by the prospect of kind of meeting other artists there, and also meeting the kind of broader community as well. So I'm absolutely thrilled. I have been thinking about specific ideas, and I think within my studio it's quite difficult sometimes to think about specific ideas because there's so many ideas and there's so many materials. And so I would like to use this opportunity as a way of thinking about urban sort of waste, really, thinking about particularly about packaging. And I want to kind of develop this idea because this is an ideal opportunity, it's an ideal space for me to think about one particular way. So I want to be really focused, because 2 weeks is not, I feel like, a long time, but it's long enough to kind of have the seeds of an idea to take forward a specific ideas. And I've also talked with primary about materials that might be around there that are kind of could be reused, could be reclaimed. such as textile scraps or sort of ceramic objects that are not quite perfect. So I'm really interested in imperfections that are around us and kind of utilising that and thinking of that as a way to grow my practice. My advice for any artist applying for NAE 2024 would be absolutely do apply. I think it's a really wonderful team here and it's a wonderful space to show your work in, and it's a real chance to kind of grow one's network in a way which feels really relevant in terms of the cultural diversity, thinking about artists from different cultural backgrounds. And I also think it's a really supportive opportunity beyond the exhibition. We had a really worthwhile and very informative artist development day here, which actually gave me a lot of very useful information. And I've since kind of gone away and thought about that. So I think it's well worth applying for. And also it's free, not many things are free now. So I think, yeah, it's a really generous opportunity. So I would say absolutely do apply, but do think about the work that you submit and try and make it relevant to the mission statement of the NAE. Then I think there's more of a chance.